Warrior. I feel like telling you a couple of my thoughts about the Oscars 2024. Now, let me give you a little background. I started my entertainment career many decades ago, straight out of college, in the music business. So I've been around, and I'll just leave it at that. I've done a lot of things behind the scenes in Broadway producing, lots of different things. I admit, I used to love leading up to the Oscars. It was exciting, just getting ready, even watching at home, looking at the gowns, talking with friends, seeing all the movies, all of that. But in 2024, it's a different world. I don't know when this all started, except perhaps more emphasis for me was put on when I formed the Warriors, which was officially in 2020. How could I think of glitz, glamour, and Hollywood knowing and working, knowing about the sex trafficking, the labor trafficking, the exploitation of women, girls, boys, men, of everybody? But I want to point a few things out to you. It's just that, again, we're in a different world. And this world, I think today, we are in a serious crisis, and you know that. So I don't have time to think about gowns and Oscars. It just seems so misplaced. It seems so unnecessary. But what I want to point out is so many things these days seem unnecessary. I want to take a hard stand on something I want to make you aware of. The Best Actress Award. And I admit, I will not comment on anything unless I watch it, see it, write it myself, hear it. I did watch the Oscars, and I'll tell you why. Because I know the theme of one movie, Poor Things, and Emma Stone won Best Actress for this movie, Poor Things. So I just wanted to watch and see who would win before I comment on anything. Poor Things is currently streaming on Hulu, owned by the Disney company. This is not a film for children. I don't even recommend it. No teens. This is more of the normalization of the sexualization of children, of society as a whole. This is a horrible movie. This is a story about a young woman who finds herself pregnant. She jumps in a river to kill herself. She is rescued by some sort of Frankenstein-esque doctor who then takes the baby's brain and implants it in her. So she remains a woman, a young woman, but she has the brain of a baby. And it is how she goes through life and experiences. It has everything from, let me put out a warning. If you're weak or any of this triggers you, turn it off now. Orgasms, masturbation, sex in front of children. I can't even say these things. This is the movie that the Best Actress Award went to. And I'm no prude. And that is why I started out by telling you about the music business, because I've seen it all. And certainly in the days of the late 70s, early 80s, when things were rocking and rolling all over New York City. But I want to point out, lots of kids are going to be drawn to this fairy tale-esque picture. Understand, be aware of what your children are watching. Remember, it's not just, we talk about television, but remember they're streaming things on their phones. They're streaming things on their laptops, Chromebooks, gaming consoles. You have to know, you have to take the time, and you have to watch. You have to talk to your kids. You have to ask them. It's not us versus them. It is creating a family digital partnership, including the teens, and it can be done because we have great success with families that do this. And everybody shares in the thinking, in the discussion. This movie, Poor Things. All the movies in the world that could be made for kids, for teens, for adults. And this is it. But again, the push is to just habituate all of us, and especially our young children. This is the world they live in. This is what it's like. Everything, think about it, every facet around our kids has been sexualized. So not on my watch, not on the Warriors' watch. I'm giving you a fair warning. This is what this movie, Poor Things, about. So while everybody gushes, which I saw all day, the Oscars were last night, because I don't know when you're watching this. This one, best dressed, what did they say, speeches, forget about all that. We have other concerns. We have to protect our children Please always go to lynswarriors.org. Keep up with current events, Twitter, Facebook. I should say X now. X, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whatever you can do. Share some of this information. It's not good enough for me or for anybody else to tell you about any of this because you know it already. You know things are so bad. But we need you to share the information. We need you to talk to the kids. We need you, first of all, to know what's going on. That's our job at the Warriors, to raise awareness and share with you because after all, everybody is busy. Everybody is overwhelmed. Who has time for all of this? But we're doing it for you, all the heavy lifting. We have a lot of great events coming up. We have actually a couple of things this week. If you are in the New Jersey, New York area, we have something at the Long Island Junior League in Roslyn. I guarantee a fun time by all. Thrift shop. You know, the junior leagues, thousands and thousands of members across the United States. Nobody really talks about it too much. But their main income, they have thrift shops. Beautiful thrift shops. You think you're walking into a boutique. And since we are supported by the Junior League of Long Island with their community service fund, I urge all of you, if possible, in the area, Roslyn, Queens, anywhere in Long Island, New York City, from 6 to 7 p.m. to join us. You can see everything on our Warriors Instagram. We will be sharing stories. You'll hear me speak. We will be sipping. Could be water, could be something else. And we will be shopping because that money, those proceeds, and things are, I kid you not, beautiful and inexpensive. So come shop for some spring goodies. And if you can't, please share it on your platforms. You know, take my visual that I put out on X, I put on Facebook and Instagram, and share it because community creates change. We are feeding. We want to feed communities at the Warriors. We're going to be stepping everything up. We don't want any child or adult going to bed hungry. We are going to be announcing very shortly our diaper and period product drive. We have been doing behind the scenes, but now we're going to bring it into the forefront. I'm going to need help from all of you with that. We are also going this Wednesday night. If you're in the New York or New Jersey area, again, Wonder Girls USA, wondergirlsusa.org, supporting and mentoring young women in this region. This is something we need to do. We need to help mentor and put a hand on each other's shoulders and say it'll be okay. But again, let's get back to where we started, and that's with the days are over for the Oscars. Unfortunately, we live in a new world, a new country. They hold no water, no weight, boring, out of touch, not worth it. But if anything came of last night's Oscar telecast that I watched for you, is that the movie Poor Things. A shining example of you've got to understand what the entertainment landscape is like. You can no longer sit a child in front of a television set or on an iPad or a phone and just let them have free reign, because that is our internet. The internet is opening up the door. It's like opening your front door and letting the world in, a bunch of strangers, and I know you would never do that. That is what the internet is, welcoming in the strangers. So understand, there is a clear path right here for the sexualization. It has been going on. They are upping the ante, the habituation of society. We will be too tired, too overwhelmed to deal with any of this. Therefore, more predation will happen. Know what's going on. Poor Things. A horrible movie choice. Even I am shocked that, I can't say shocked, but I can say they just keep pushing and pushing. And until we push back, until we speak up, until we take action, and that means in your own home. Doesn't mean you have to go out into the world with a bullhorn and preach or stand on a box. That means in your home, in your own home, you become that warrior. Thank you all for donating and volunteering. We're going to have lots of new opportunities coming up in the next few months. We are going full speed ahead. It is 2024. You can no longer sit on the sidelines. It's time to take action. Everyone can and must do something. So join us. Come along. You'll be safe around us. We are here to educate and engage you and help you and empower you. That's what we do. Community creates change. Thank you. We'll talk again soon because there's lots of things on my mind I want to share with you. But I want you to take this information and I want you also to share it.